This is NBC Palm Springs.
In this Sunday's Desert Sun, a look at how one tragedy can lead to another. Investigations editor for the Desert Sun, Evan Wyloj, found our road system in this state are not designed to handle mass evacuations. It's good to have you with us. This is a very troubling story.
It is, yeah. It was, it was spurred by what happened last year in Paradise, California. We watched, like a lot of people did, as people trying to get away from that fire ended up dying in their cars on the roads waiting to get out.
And so what has the state done? Have they learned anything from this? I mean, as I point out, I mean, it really is one tragedy leading to another.
Certainly there were some reforms put in place in the 90s, some requirements about how many roads there needed to be for any given place, and also that there would be secondary roads into a lot of places. But California's infrastructure had largely been already built by that time.
And so then in order to change that now, it of course costs more money. And so is that the reason why things are not changing as fast as they could?
Hard to say. I mean, we've watched as the state legislature has taken up a number of measures, hopefully, that will lead to safer evacuation routes, but on a variety of other fronts regarding wildfires. But perhaps this is a place where the state could step in and add some new regulation. Is
part of the problem too, when an evacuation order comes out, that people don't heed it right away?
It can be. Yeah, we've heard from some people that say that one of the problems is people not evacuating when they get that first order. We also talked to some other experts who talked about the need to sometimes stagger the evacuations in order to prevent people from all at once flooding into a road system that isn't designed for that entire population.
We are prone to see more wildfires, and so we know that this is going to be a reoccurring problem. And so to that end, what are little towns along the way who are susceptible to that, what are they doing?
We talked to their fire chief because they turned out to be one of the most outsized in terms of population to roads. And they said that they have been already hearing from their residents, asking questions. When is this gonna, get addressed? Are we prepared? Do we need to make changes? That kind of thing. So there is already, from what we've been able to tell, a lot of talk about this. So hopefully, the community is going to stay engaged on this topic, and perhaps we can see some things that happen in the coming months or years that try to get at this issue in particular.
And so, how did you get interested in doing this story? What was the linchpin?
Well, I think like so many people, we watched what happened in Paradise, and we thought, how can we add to the discussion about this? How can we perhaps put something out there in the world that might help get more people thinking about this topic, or maybe even offer some ideas to people who are already thinking about this topic. I mean, nobody can paint a picture of this kind of situation like somebody who's already been through it.
Yeah.
And we heard from people in Malibu in particular who had some harrowing stories about, seeing the fire in the hills, going through that decision process about grabbing the family and getting certain items, getting in the car and getting out of there, and, their homes went up in flames.
Right, and nobody knows what that's like until they've gone through it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it's a pleasure to have you with us, and it's a good read. And it'll be in Sunday's paper.
Yeah.
All right, Evan, thank you. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back.